Our lesson today comes from Matthew chapter 4 verses 1 to 11. At that time Jesus was led by the Spirit into the desert to be tempted by the devil. He fasted for 40 days and 40 nights and afterwards was hungry. The tempter approached and said to him, "If you are the Son of God, command that these stones become loaves of bread." Jesus said in reply, "It is written, 'One does not live on bread alone, but on every word that comes forth from the mouth of God.'" Then the devil took him to the holy city and made him stand on the parapet of the temple and said to him, "If you are the Son of God, throw yourself down. For it is written, 'He will command his angels concerning you, and with their hands they will support you lest you dash your foot against a stone.'" Jesus answered him, "Again it is written, 'You shall not put the Lord, your God, to the test.'" Then the devil took him up to a very high mountain and he showed him all the kingdoms of the world in their magnificence, and he said to him, "All these I shall give to you if you will prostrate yourself and worship me." At this, Jesus said to him, "Get away, Satan. It is written, 'The Lord, your God, shall you worship, and him alone shall you serve.'" Then the devil left him, and behold, angels came and ministered to him. The lesson we can learn from today is that we will all be tempted to do some sort of evil, albeit it may be small. It can be against God's plan, God's law, and will be into play of the devil. Today's lesson comes from Matthew chapter 4 verses 1 to 11. When temptation hits us, when the devil is whispering in our ear, we are being tested by God or the devil to see how we react. We must stand up and say to the devil, "Not today, Satan, not today." The devil kept testing Jesus by telling him to satisfy his hunger by turning rocks into bread. Then he told Jesus to show him that he is the Son of God by jumping off a cliff so that the angels could save him. Each time Jesus refused to be tempted. He used Jesus's hunger after Jesus fasted for 40 days and nights. Jesus resisted. Then he tried to get Jesus to prove he was the Son of God by jumping off a cliff. This was a test of Jesus's pride. Again, Jesus refused to allow his pride to get into his way of thinking. Finally, the devil tried one last trick. He said he would leave the earth if Jesus would get on his knees and worship him. If Jesus did so, all the world would be his. The devil tried to trick Jesus into worshiping him in the hopes that Jesus would turn from his godly ways. In the end, if Jesus did this, the world would become wicked as Jesus would be under the power of evil. The lesson we should take from this is, if you are tempted, if you are led into doing something that is evil, against God's will, you know is wrong, then you need to stand up and say, "Not today, Satan, not today." By doing this, the devil will walk away and never bother you again. You will discover you will be blessed by God and all things will become easier and a blessing is yours. In Colossians chapter 3 verse 23 it says, "Whatever you do, work at it with your whole being, for the Lord and not for men, because you know that you will receive an inheritance from the Lord as your reward." It is the Lord Christ you are serving. In Philippians chapter 2 verses 14 to 16 it reads, "Do everything without complaining and arguing, so that no one can criticize you. Live clean, innocent lives as children of God, shining like bright lights in a world full of crooked and perverse people. Hold firmly to the word of life. Then, on the day of Christ's return, I will be proud that I did not run the race in vain and that my work was not useless." Live your life for God and God will lead your life to a world full of love and true happiness. Thank you for being here today. God bless, and I will see you next week.